What's happening, folks? Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for your Twitter reactions to Hibs 0, Celtic 0 at Easter Road. Today, we'll start with Patrick Murphy. Performances have been on a downward trajectory since we beat them at the start of the month. We're not difficult to play against. Nobody played well today, so not much point in singling out individuals. If we keep on the same trend of slipping standards, then we won't win the title. Aye, today is a continuation of poor performances. We've seen a dip in the last few weeks. There's no getting away from that. It kind of started with that game against Wraith Rovers. The European games really burst our bubble as well. But I think Dundee last weekend, a bit sloppy at times, managed to get the 3 points, but not today. And I think you could see from pretty early on today that it just wasn't happening for us. Really slow through midfield, sloppy on the ball. Hibs more desire, won more tackles than us in that first half. So we're just off it at the minute. It's been really disappointing these last few weeks. That's points dropped today. Still top of the league, but we really need to address the performance level because it's dipped too far in recent weeks. Jerry KC thought Ange Ball was a bit pace and pressing. That was awful today. As for the corner we gave away late on, still top, and we move on. Aye. No pace, no real penetration today. Really struggled to create chances. I can think of a Bada one-on-one in the first half where the angle just gets too tight for him. He hits the side net. Maeda has one where he tries to ground Macy, but he gets a hand to it. And in the second half, we put a lot of crosses into the box today. Nothing really coming of them. But, I mean, just no cutting edge. No real thrust to our attacking play. And as I say, a lot of poor individual performances today, but nothing on the bench to change it. Again, back to the way it was earlier in the season where you're looking at the bench thinking, how can we change this? How can we unlock the door here? And there was nothing on the bench, and I think that's why we only made one sub all day. Bobby Paul, poor, could have been any game from last season. An inability to change it. Wasn't working after 15 minutes, can make 5 subs but only made 1. Just do anything, Hail Marys, whatever. 1 week to try and figure out how to beat Livy. Aye, I mean, it was, you could tell for 15 minutes in today that we were a bit off it, that we weren't really our usual selves, whether that's a hangover for Thursday night and being away in Norway, or it is a continuation and a trend from the performances of recent weeks. We don't know, but we really lacked intensity, pace, and all over the park we were just poor. We do have 1 week to figure out how to beat Livingston, but we've had a few years to work out how to beat Livingston, and we haven't done it away at Almondvale for 17 years, I think it is. So we've got to have more desire and application at Livingston next week than we did in that first half today. The one thing we know about Livingston is that they will be right up for it. They'll fly into tackles, and if we don't match that desire, then we'll have problems next week. I've no doubt about that. We've got St Mirren at home during the week, which you can look at and think, well, that's a good game for us to get back on track. But we've had a few home games recently against teams in the bottom 6, and we've made really heavy work of them. And that's because the performance levels haven't been high enough. So we've got to address that. We've got to get back to putting better performances in, and the results will follow. We'll finish today with McCullough, listless, passive, sloppy, reckless. Big Ange, limited by a bench with few attacking options. O'Reilly should probably have started over Vogic in hindsight. Only Hart, Juranovic and Carter Vickers get pass marks for me today. The midfield was woeful. Aye, defensively, we were okay. Apart from that, obviously, that free kick at the end where we give away the corner is like bonkers. Can't believe that we've worked ourselves into that situation in the last few minutes of the game, and the ball just needs to go up the park. I know that's not the way we play, and the players are under instruction to play it out, but time's running out, and Hart takes the free kick off Taylor, and then we play ourselves into that situation. We should just clear that up the pitch. But from open play again, didn't give up many chances. I don't think Hibs had a shot on target. In fact, I know they didn't because I checked the stats before I came on. So defensively, the problems aren't defensively for us, they're offensively. And that's in contrast to where we were at the start of the season, where we were attacking brilliantly and people were asking questions about us defensively. Today, we were defensively okay, didn't give up any chances to Hibs, but the problem was going forward and we didn't create anywhere near enough chances to win the game. We didn't play at a high enough tempo. We weren't clean enough with our touches and our passing, as we've seen in recent weeks. And we paid the price for it by dropping 2 points. There you go. That's it for the Twitter reaction today. Like this video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you on Tuesday for the build-up to that game against St Mirren. Cheers.